Good morning to the leader in you. This is Catherine, your host. I say good morning to the leader that's on the inside of you. Good morning, because this is your new season. This is a new day for you. Well, today on today's episode, we are going to be talking about the interruption of a dream. A lot of times, when in childhood, we think of what we want to become when we get older and become an adult. And we have daydreams even as an adult. And sometimes we even have dreams when we're sleeping and something wakes us up out of that dream. But today I want to specifically talk about when your dream of what you desire has been interrupted. What do you do? When your dream that you dreamed from childhood to become whatever goal you thought for yourself, right? You fill in that blank. You know what you saw for yourself. And then you get to certain points of your life, and life you feel is getting away from you, and you have not hit your dream, or your dream has not manifested itself yet. Your dream has been interrupted from the reality of the manifestation of what you thought was going to happen by a particular time period of your life. What do you do when your dream has been interrupted? So that's what we're going to talk about this morning. We all have been in different phases of our life where we felt our dream has been interrupted, and it causes us to back up sometimes in a corner and say to ourselves, what is going on? Or we will look at ourselves in the bathroom mirror and we will look and say, what happened? What happened to my dream? What happened to the goals? What happened to the core of me? I don't even recognize myself anymore. My dream is long gone. Why do we call this show Good Morning to the Leader in You? I want to call back to who you are this morning. I want to awaken that leader on the inside of you. We say good morning because it is an expression of good wishes to someone or to a group of people. If you walk in a room, we typically will say good morning. Someone will say good morning back to you. So I say good morning to you, but this is what I want you to do. I want you to go to the bathroom in the mirror, and I want you to say good morning to yourself. I want you to say good morning because this is the start of a brand new day for you and a brand new day to resurrect your dream. When someone says good morning to someone, you are parting a good wish, a good will upon that person or persons. Now, when we say good morning to, right? When we think about the word to, when I looked at the word to, it talked about it's the equivalent to the sum of one and one, and it's a group or a unit. Do you realize that you are not just a standalone individual, that there are many people connected to you? There are many people connected to your dream. And if your dream remains dormant and interrupted, all the people that's connected to your dream, they will be interrupted as well. That's how deep it is. When we say good morning to, I'm saying it to you, but I'm also saying it to all the people that is connected to your dream. All the people that you're connected to lead in a particular pathway, lead an organization, lead a business, lead a community project, lead your family. All right. Because charity starts at home. And then the word leader means the leader, the person who leads or commands a group or an organization. Again, a leader, the person who leads or commands a group or organization. Pick up your dream again. And I know sometimes that can be easier said than done, but today is a day of fresh start. Today is a fresh start. So when I say good morning to, I'm saying good morning to you, but I'm also saying good morning to the body of people that's connected to you. And when we talk about in you, right? Good morning to the leader in you. When you think about the word you, it's used to reference to a person or a people when you are addressing a crowd, or like I'm addressing you right now through this podcast show. Good morning to the leader in you. It's a possessive. In other words, who are you? Who are you in this society? Who are you in your family? Who are you in the world? Who are you showing up for in your business? Who are you showing up in your nonprofit organization? Who are you? Who are you showing up as is parallel to your dream. Because sometimes we are wearing a mask. And I'm going to touch a little bit on my book that I published in 2018 called Metamorphosis Shadow. Sometimes we're walking around with a mask on, and our dream will never become reality because we're living someone else's reality, not our own reality. When we look at the word interruption, interruption means a stoppage or hindering of an activity for a specific period of time. What has been hindering you? That is the question we have to ask ourselves. What has been hindering you? What activity, what hindrance, what roadblock, even if it's in your own mindset? What has been stopping forward growth, forward development, right? What is creating difficulties for your business to thrive? What is creating difficulties? What is causing it to delay? Maybe you are moving out on your dream, but it's a little delay. It's like you're not running at a fast speed. You're running, but it's kind of slow, and you're like, okay, I could be going a little faster, but there's so much blockage in the way. I can only inch my way to my dream. Somebody might be listening to this show and you may say, I'm moving. I'm just not moving at the rate in which I know my capabilities can be. So I'm inching my way. I'm slowly moving, but it's too many things that's obstructing my view. I can't fully even see my dream. I only see maybe about 40% of my dream. The other 60% I can't even see. So I'm moving slow because I only see the 40%. I'm only holding on to the 40%. I can't even see 100% of my dream anymore because of the obstruction that's in my way. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, this is your season. I'm speaking life over you right now that you are going to walk into a season that you can see 100% of your dream again. Because at one time you did see 100% of your dream, but it was interrupted. And when we think about a dream is a series of thoughts and images and sensations occurring in a person's mind during a sleep. Sometimes it can be also defined as a cherished aspiration, ambition, or some type of idea, right? So I'm going to read this definition of a dream again. A dream is a series of thoughts, images, and sensations occurring in a person's mind during sleep. Here's the thing. Sometimes we're sleepwalking. We're functionally moving about our daily lives, but we are yet still asleep. And we see these images in our head over and over again of where we want to be. But because of the blockages in our way, we fully never even wake up from that dream to manifest it in reality because we're sleeping. We're sleeping. We're sleeping. We're still asleep. We're day walkers, but we're asleep. It's time to wake up. It's time to say good morning to the leader in you. I want you to go to your own mirror in your bathroom, wherever you are. If you're at work, if you're at your office, wherever you are, find a mirror. Look at yourself and say good morning to the leader in you. You can use your cell phone if you want to. Put it on video and record yourself and say good morning to the leader in you, and you fill in the blank of which dream you're about to manifest in this season. We are in the second quarter. Third quarter is right around the way. We have no time to slow up. We have to pick up the pace. We cannot become stagnant. Now, again, the second part of that dream definition was a cherished aspiration, ambition, or ideal. There was a time when you had great aspiration, great ambition. What hindered that? What put out your fire? What caused the dream to be interrupted? Was it a relationship? Was it something that happened in society? Was it the naysayers around you? I don't know what it is. Only you know what it is. Take today and really think about what interrupted your dream. Because living is not 40% of the dream. If we only holding on to 40%, that's not living. That's not living. We need 100% of the dream to turn into a reality. But if our blinders are on and we can no longer see, if we no longer have the ambition, if we no longer even desire or aspire to see 100% of our dream, we will never hit it. We will never hit it. I'm about to read an excerpt from my book, Metamorphosis Shadow. And it's from chapter 3, and it's called Breaking the Cycle, the Withdrawal Symptoms. To break is an interruption or a disruption in the continuity or regularity. It is to destroy the completeness of a group, to vary or disrupt the uniformity or continuity of, to force or make a way through, to puncture, to penetrate, to make known, to change direction or move suddenly, to emerge above the surface of water, to come to an end, the beginning or emergence of something, to separate or detach oneself. That is a definition of break. Sometimes in order for us to manifest our dream, certain things have to be broken off or broken out of our life. Some things we have to detach from. What is detaching itself to you that is creating that blockage from you manifesting your dream? When we think about the word cycle, because we all go through cycles in our life, it's actually a Greek root word, right? And when we think about a cycle, it can sometimes possess great energy or power. Now, when we think about a cycle, we can think about a bicycle for a second. When someone's getting on a bike and they're cycling, right, it's movement, it's forward motion. Otherwise, the bike isn't going anywhere. You're just sitting on the bike and you're standstill. Until you start to pedal, the bike will not move. It's the same thing in our life. Until we start acting on our dream, the dream will not manifest itself. Just having daydreams and wondering, wish, coulda, shoulda, oh, if I did it this way or if I did it that way, that's not going to make the bike move. In order for a cyclist to move that bike, they physically have to rotate their legs, their feet on that pedal on a consistent motion in order to see the bike move. So when we talk about circles, right, sometimes we're going in circles in our life and we're like, oh my gosh, we're just going in circles. When is the end coming near, right? Circles aren't always bad though, because if you're going in a circle in which that's leading you to your dream, that's creating a certain amount of power and energy from that, right? So when you think about the root word cycle, it is very powerful because we're talking about forward movement and progression. Now, sometimes when we're going through a lot of things, we will want to withdraw. We'll want to retreat, right? We'll want to disconnect ourselves from everything and everyone. Now, understand the difference of what I'm saying. When we're talking about breaking the cycle, there's certain negative things that's toxic that needs to be broken off of your life. But if we get to a place in our life where we're just withdraw from everything and we become just this introvert that does not interact in exchange with other people, that is a place in which it will not be healthy. It's not healthy behavior, right? But the one thing that we have to keep in mind as we continue to journey and move forward in our life is to identify our true identity, right? That's what in my chapter 3 in my book, it talks about identifying your true identity. Because a lot of times we are in a box of addiction. Now, I'm not necessarily just talking about drugs or alcohol. We can be addicted to many things, and it's not drugs and alcohol. What are you addicted to that is hindering forward growth? What are you addicted to? What type of habits do you have that need to be simply broken? Are we too comfortable living in comfort? Are we too comfortable living in pain? Are we too comfortable in the 40%? Only seeing the dream 40%. Are we too comfortable with only seeing the 40%? Because see, when we get to a place of comfortability, we will not want to move out. We will not want to go to the next level. We will not want to strive for a place of excellence in our life and hitting our dream. Sometimes there is an internal struggle that continues on the inside of you, that there's this warfare back and forth of seeing the 40%, but wanting the 100%. But then the question pops up in my mind, am I worthy enough to hit the 100%? Do I have the tools? Do I have the wherewithal to hit it? Sometimes we experience symptoms and we have the desire to want to go back, pause, hinder our own self, right? And maybe it's not anyone else hindering you. Maybe it's our own self. And sometimes life will want to whisper in your ears negative things that is not reality. I call that life detours. When you have negative thoughts and perception about yourself and where you're going, that's a life detour that want to derail you. Life detours are an interruption or a disruption in the continuity of your life. Detours can come to divert you from completing your mission in life. Detours can come in an unexpected way. And sometimes it can come in a forceful way. And sometimes it can penetrate your heart to the point it will tap into your emotions and it will distract you. And when it taps into your emotions and distracts you, you then get off course. This morning is all about how to get back on course. Sometimes we feel we're on life support. Life support, the breath that you're breathing in, the breath that you're breathing out. It's like, you know what? I don't know if I have enough breath to make it to the next day. But I want to tell you, it is not over for you. It is not over. Yes, you may feel that you're on life support, but at the end of the day, you're still breathing. And because you're still breathing, I speak to your heart. I speak to your mind that this is going to be your season. This is going to be your breakout season to manifest the dream that has been interrupted. And it may have been interrupted for years. That's okay. It is okay. But what you have to do is speak what your intentions are, and you must follow up with actions and execute. It is very important as you continue to build your dream. For the manifestation to happen, you must have consistency, right? During the transitional phase, sometimes we feel that we only have 1% of life left. Like, okay, I'm just barely hanging on, particularly, and I know it's a lot going on right now with COVID-19. It has interrupted many people's lives. It has interrupted. I mean, my gosh, so many lives have been interrupted in so many different ways. And family members have transitioned on, and we pray for every family member that had to unfortunately see a family member go as a result of COVID-19. I pray peace and blessings over your family, that y'all will be able to come together as a family nucleus and wrap your arms around each other, even if it's virtually, in some kind of way, to support one another during this time. Businesses have been interrupted. Family structures have been interrupted in these past several months. What do you do when life is interrupted unexpectedly? I'm speaking to leaders this morning. That's why this show is called Good Morning to the Leader in You. Because when we are in the trenches, it's something that rises up on the inside of a leader that says, you know what, I'm not going down like this. I'm going to get 12 rounds out of this fight. For those that love boxing, you know, they be in the boxing ring, they going at it with their opponent. Sometimes life is coming at you and you going back at life. You haven't hit that 12th round yet. You are not done yet. Your 12th round isn't here yet. Go all the way. Don't let nothing stop you. Don't let nothing hinder you. This is your season. Yes, I'm being repetitive because I have to speak that to your heart and your mind. This is your season to go all in. When life interrupts, guess what? You interrupted back and you say, you know what? I'm about to get back on this train because this is not my final destination. You dropped me off prematurely. I'm getting back on the train. I'm about to hit to my destination point because I got off too soon. You either got off too soon or you let somebody else force you to get off too soon, making you think it was time for you to get off at the wrong stop. Many of us get off at the wrong stop and we wasn't even at the place of our full destination yet, but we got off prematurely because our dream was interrupted. We didn't think we could get to the end. So here's what I'm telling you right now. Get back on the train and go to your rightful destination. You know why? Because it's a whole bunch of other people also connected to you. Yes, sometimes being a leader, you can feel weighted down like, oh my gosh, all these people that I'm responsible for speaking life to also. Guess what? It's what you've been called to do. And you're going to always be dissatisfied until you get into your right calling. You're going to always be dissatisfied until you flowing in what you've been called to do. Whatever that might be, whatever that business is that you've been sitting on, that nonprofit you've been sitting on, doing a community project. Maybe you're not called to start any business. Maybe you're just supposed to do something on your block in your community where you live and you still yet haven't done that. Because fear of failure creeps in our mind and say, well, you know, if I started, what if it don't turn out right? What if? But what if it do turn out right? Again, we about to wind down this morning. I hope something that was said inspired you. Check out my website for more information about my business. If you need assistance with getting your strategy and your game plan together, my website is www.catherinetrotter.com. Send me an email, ct@catherinetrotter.com. I would love to work with you. I embrace you. I speak life over your dream that is now manifesting. Again, what do you do when a dream has been interrupted? You get back on that train and you tell the conductor, you know what? I got off at the wrong spot. I got off prematurely. It's time for me to get back on to get to my final place of destination. And with that, guys, I'm going to see everybody at the top.